This is number 131, data sufficiency. And we're trying to figure out is shipment 3 on the first truck, truck 1 we'll say. And we know that truck 1 has more than half of the total weight. So we're given this chart, S1, S2, S3, S4, S5, S6. And so S1, shipment 1 has 1/4 the weight, 1/5. Of course, on the GMAT, I wouldn't be writing all this, but for you guys, I am. 3/20, 2/15, and 1/10. And let's put all these over the same denominator. Let's figure out what the numerator would be if they were all over 60. Okay? So 1/4 is the same. 1/4 is the same thing as 15/60. So I'm just going to look at the numerator. And then 1/5 is the same thing as 12/60. And then 1/6 is the same thing as 10/60. And then 3/20, make that 60. 60, that would be 9. Do you see what I'm doing? 3/20 equals how many 60ths? You multiply this by 3, and multiply the top by 3, and that's how I'm getting 9. I'm multiplying every one of these by 60. All right, and then 15, that's going to be 2/15 is the same thing as 4/60. And then 1/10 is the same thing as 6/60. I think that's going to be easier and save us some time. So, all right, so let's look at clue 1. Trying to figure out if this guy here is on the truck 1. So S2 plus S4, since we don't have to worry about the denominator, since all the denominators are the same now, they're 60, we can just look at the numerators. Because if the denominators are the same, you can just compare the numerators. One numerator is bigger than the other one, then obviously it's larger. So S2 and S4. S2, that's 12. This is clue 1. 12 plus S4. It's S2 plus S2 plus S4 would be 9. And that's going to give you 21. So let's see what else might be on truck 1. Let's take truck 1 plus S1. And that's going to be 15. Well, that's 5 plus 1. That's 36, right? Well, that's more than 30, and we're dealing with a denominator of 60. So 36/60 is more than 1/2, so that works. But what if we took S2 plus S4? We know that's 21. We know that's on truck 1. And let's add to it S3, which is 10. And that's 31. That's also over 1/2. So from clue 1, S3 may be on truck 1 or it may not be on truck 1. Let's look at clue 2. Clue 2 says S1 and S6. S1 plus S6. Where are they? They're on truck 2. S1 is 15 plus S6, which is a 6. That gives me a 21. And if I take 21 and I add S3 to it, that's a 10. That gives me a 31/60. And that can't happen because that would mean truck 2 had more than half of the weight, and it tells us it's given that truck 1 does. So that tells me that S3 has to be on the first truck, because if you use the clue 2 and S3 is on the second truck, it gives more than 50%. So the answer is B.